Now I know that we've hardly got to Christmas just yet, but at this time of year, when it gets to around the middle of December, I like to start thinking about the new year and what I want to achieve in that new year. So 2024 is just around the corner, and I've been thinking a lot about different things that I want to accomplish. Now, one of the things that I always tend to give a big focus on is my well-being, and with that in mind, I wanted to share something with you that I've been trying over the last few months that I think will help me further in 2024 and might also be useful for you. So I've always believed that it's never too late to start a new ritual and incorporate a new healthy habit into your routine. As you probably know from watching this channel, I do try to live as healthy a life as possible with my diet and what I eat, but we don't live in a perfect world. I am a human being, and so sometimes things in my diet are lacking, and I can feel that in my body and in my mind. So the products that I'm using from Ritual are these Essential for Men multivitamins and this prebiotic, probiotic and postbiotic. So I think that these two products are a really great addition to support me in my lifestyle. So although I'm taking this multivitamin for men, they do have vitamins for everyone, from postnatal, prenatal, over 50s and even teenagers. So there is something for everyone to support you in your lifestyle. When it comes to buying vitamins, I've always been a little bit confused and not really known where to start. What I like about Ritual is that they're really transparent in terms of ingredients, their ethos, and just what you're going to get from the vitamins. So I find that already a great head start in helping me to choose the product. Another wonderful thing about Ritual is that you don't have to think about going to a store and stocking up every few months. Once you sign up and order them, they'll be delivered direct to your door. As someone like me who is busy and doesn't really have time to think about going out to buy my vitamins, for them to be delivered to my door just takes a great stress out of my life and just helps me to make sure that once I start taking them, I'm going to continue for the rest of my life. So I'm delighted to be able to offer you 30% off your first month. To get started, just scan the QR code here on screen, or you can head to ritual.com/NicholasFairford30 to start today. So, I've got something very special to share with you. I have been invited with Nathan here to Keythorpe Hall in Leicestershire. We're staying for the night, and we have been invited to a supper club here at the house. This is a house owned by a couple called Barbara and Giles, and they bought the house about 11 years ago, and in the last 5 years they renovated the whole house, and it is simply gorgeous. You can hire out the whole house for exclusive use, so if you ever want to come here and have a beautiful country weekend, the whole house can be yours to rent for a minimum of 2 nights. But this is a very special house, and I'm going to take you inside for a tour. I get so excited about doing this because I just know how much you love seeing houses like this as much as I do. So when I came here, I was really, really excited, and I know that you're going to love it too. So we've just had a tour of the house with Giles and Barbara. We travelled from Edinburgh this morning on the train, so we're a bit tired, but we're very excited to be here. And just how beautiful is this Georgian, gorgeous house. Here we've got the door with a Christmas wreath, and inside, let's go and have a look. I'm really excited to share it with you. So, we begin in this hallway, and we have a beautiful fireplace there, which is very welcoming, and the piano. And then on the opposite side of the room, we have the Christmas tree and another fireplace. How beautiful is this tree? It's a real tree, the scent is heavenly, and it is filled with these dried flowers, which just, I think, look so chic and beautiful. Yes, I hope you can see the scale of this house. It is truly Georgian in proportion. The ceilings are whopping high. Maybe I'll be able to show you a bit later on the scale. Nathan is probably walking around taking photographs, so you'll probably be able to see the scale then. But yeah, a beautiful house. I'll just quickly show you here again. This is a little stone entrance hall. I love this floor. Typical English country house. And we're going to go through here to the central hall, which is the whole width of the house. And again, super high ceilings running from wing to end. And through there we have the staircase, which we're going to see more of later on. But let me take you through to this drawing room, which is fabulous. And there is Nathan. He's taking his photos, and you can see now the scale of the rooms, how high the ceilings are. But I really think the guys have done an amazing job with the interiors and the furnishings. It has a mix of both classic and modern artworks, furniture. These two pictures either side of the fireplace were sold years ago, and the owners managed to buy them back. And on the back of them, it says Keythorpe Hall, which I think is super special. And what I love about English country houses is that things come full circle and they get to live back where they belong. But yeah, we have gorgeous modern lampshades mixed with antiques, and then of course this stunning architecture which makes this so alive and special. And I was saying that to the guys, that it feels alive, this house. Sometimes you can go to English country houses and they feel a little bit stiff and dead, but because they've brought a modern touch and kept the heritage at the same time, it feels like a beautifully warm, inviting house. So yeah, this is the double drawing room. Incredible ceiling and windows. I am in pure heaven here in this house. I love that chair looking out at the window. You could have a gorgeous cocktail there in the evening, watching the sunset in the spring and the summer. I'm sure that's amazing. And just look at the views out here. This is Leicestershire countryside, which is glorious. And even though we're in the midst of winter, it still looks beautiful. So I can imagine that in the autumn and in spring, when everything's blooming, it looks even better. Oh, isn't this room just heavenly? It's just so beautiful. And we've got a roaring fire, which I must say the house is beautifully warm. Normally when you come to a huge country house like this, there is a little bit of a bite in the air, but they have a great heating system, wood chip, and it's keeping the house beautifully warm and cozy, which makes all the difference. The flowers on the fireplace are from the estate. They are grown here, and this is a dried floral arrangement, which looks incredible on there above the roaring fire. And the scent of a wood-burning fire is just perhaps one of my very favourite things, and I would love if you could bottle that and make it a fragrance. I think it would be spectacular. So yes, this drawing room is pretty special, beautifully warm, and again alive. We just had a coffee when we arrived here, and it was so great to be able to sit down in this room and just enjoy the fire. And this is what this house was built for, to entertain and to be enjoyed. So I'm glad that you are able to enjoy it with me. That is why I love doing this job, because I get to share all of these wonderful things. Okay, I'm going to take you upstairs. My bedroom that I've been allocated is very special. You get to see more of the hallway scale here, and that is mirrored upstairs too. So we're just going to go upstairs and see again, the ceilings are enormous, and I think this is an oak staircase. So let's go up here, and I will show you my bedroom first, because it's my favourite room. I feel so lucky to be able to stay here. And I really enjoy big, long corridors like this. I mean, you only get this in an English country house, the proportion and scale. And it's not every day that you get to see this in a home. Okay, so let me show you my room. I'm so excited to show this to you. So here we are. my beautiful suite. It has dual aspect, incredible Georgian windows, my absolute favourite type, with the views of the countryside. And I believe that the sunrise, will begin here. So I imagine in the mornings, especially in the spring, the light coming through here will be incredible. And I always like to keep my blinds and curtains open at home so that I can wake up with the sunrise. But actually in Edinburgh at the moment, it's not getting light in the morning until about 8:30, and I'm up way before then, so it's very dark. But I imagine here it's so magical, the light, and that's what these houses, that's the way they were designed, to enjoy and take advantage of light. I think Barbara and Giles have done an amazing job with the decorating and furnishing of this house. It is a huge house, and it's not easy to come up with a cohesive scheme and fill it with furniture in such large houses, but they've done an amazing job, and they've done it without an interior designer. So they've chosen all of the colours, and every room has a story. I will be sharing this on my blog with photographs and more detail. There's a lot of information about everything that was chosen. It's all been considered and thought through. Everything you see has a story, and it's really nice to hear that from the guys, because that's the beauty of having this kind of house, is choosing things with love and care, and they've definitely done that, which is why it's such a special place. I'm just going to show you through to the bathroom, my bathroom, which I feel so lucky to have, because I saw this on Instagram a few months ago and I swooned over it, and now I'm actually here and I get to use it for this weekend. So, I mean, just look at this incredible chinoiserie wallpaper. It is so beautiful, and this is just the most fabulous room. It really does take your breath away. I do not have a bath at home. Well, actually I do, but I never use it because it's quite small, and I absolutely love having a bath. So I hope to be able to have a bath this evening and enjoy the view and enjoy just soaking in that incredible tub. It's so gorgeous. But yes, the definite highlight of this room is that chinoiserie wallpaper, which I am totally obsessed with. I think it's absolutely beautiful and just makes this room an incredibly wow space. We have double sinks there. And what I love about the house is that everything you see is new, but it looks as though it could have been here forever. I mean, even these taps look like they've been here for a few years, which just adds to the charm. I think sometimes when you're renovating a house, you can go for the new, and even though it will look quite nice, it doesn't give character. But because they have chosen everything with thought, every little detail has been considered, and you get that beautifully aged look, and it just adds to the ambience of the house. So yeah, this bathroom is stunning, and I'm going to be very, very happy to do mundane things in here, like brush my teeth, and yeah, just really enjoy it. I like to make the most of these things because I realise how fortunate I am to be able to be here. And then it has double doors through back to the hall. I'll just go through back to the bedroom. And now I will show you Nathan's room. And actually that's a good point, because a lot of people have asked me when they see Nathan on my videos and photographs if we're a couple, and I announced a few weeks ago that I was in a new relationship, and I can tell you it's not with Nathan. We are just best friends. He is engaged, and yeah, this is Nathan's room. I really love this green colour on the walls, and then we have that modern art on the wall in between the two windows. A great contrast between the new and the old. It works really well, and again a beautiful dried flower arrangement there, which I think works beautifully in that space. So Nathan has a 4-post bed, which I think is very romantic. And what I said when we were touring the house earlier is that I love how the beds are super high so that you have to climb into them. I think that is one of my very favourite things in an interior is when you climb into bed. It's very romantic and old school. Nowadays, I'm not sure whether you've noticed, but they tend to make beds really low and you kind of slump into them. But you're supposed to be able to climb into your bed. It's beautiful in the evening when you had a long day to climb into bed and just snuggle in. So they've got that so right here. Wonderful proportions, super cozy and beautiful. And then Nathan has another amazing bathroom. I absolutely love this feature that we're about to see. So look at him. And we were actually laughing about it just now because usually I wouldn't want someone watching me have a shower, but he's quite handsome, so it's not such a bad thing. So yeah, when you're having a shower, you've got this very handsome Elizabethan guy watching you. But yeah, he's not so bad. I can deal with him. And the guys were telling me that they printed that out, and they bought the rights to the picture and they printed that out and built the shower around his scale. So pretty cool. And it's just things like this that makes this house so unique and special and alive. I know I keep saying that, but I think it's so important when you buy a house like this and you want people to stay here and enjoy it, to make it feel like a place that you want to be. I think we've all fallen in love with him. And he's looking at me. He's giving me the eyes. But yes, here we have I think that's a cast iron bathtub in front of the window. So again, you can bathe and enjoy these beautiful views. And a gorgeous marble-topped sink. So beautiful, very special, very considered. A special house, I'm sure you can agree. So let me just show you across the hallway. This is kind of like a 2-bedroom suite. So here we have the first bedroom. And my favourite thing in this room is the headboard. I think that is so gorgeous and unique. And I've been thinking about my own bedroom lately, and I really would like to have a beautifully tall headboard like that, because it just gives such a wow to the room, makes it a focal point. And it's such a simple thing really, just a headboard. And this pattern on here is so beautiful. It's kind of like a watercolour painting on fabric. And here we have the view of the front of the house. Actually, the weather here has been quite nice today. When we left Edinburgh this morning, the sun was shining, which has been quite rare. Recently we've had a lot of cloud. And then we have on the opposite side another bedroom. And I think out of all of the paint colours in the house, this is one of my favourites. And I think this is an Edward Bulmer paint. I will find out the colour. But it's very hard to get white right. And this is kind of the perfect bone, dead flat white. It's so beautiful. I'm not sure whether you can see. And then we have this incredible butterfly hanging on the wall, on the back wall, which is so gorgeous and unique. And you see me for the first time today. These mirrors are quite unforgiving, but you get to see all angles, so be aware. I'm really enjoying touring this house. I hope you are too. And then in between these 2 bedrooms, we have another bathroom. And again, I just love this wallpaper. I'm thinking about maybe wallpaper in my dining room, and I did have a thought of maybe doing something like this, clouds, because I just love all of the lines that you get. I just find it so charming and beautiful. I think these bathrooms are so unique. And I also love all of the doors. How nice to have double doors everywhere. I would love to own a house like this one day. In fact, my biggest dream, I will share it with you now because I'm feeling inspired, is to one day buy a house, probably not as big as this one, but do it all up, share the renovation on YouTube, and then invite guests to come and stay here from all over the world, hopefully. And we have more bedrooms through here. So this is called the Peacock bedroom, and I will show you why in a moment. But again, at the opposite end of the house, so this is the opposite bedroom to mine, in terms of it's on the other end of the house. So again, dual aspect, and the sun will set over here, which I'm sure is very special, and you just see through the window the view, which is serene. So yes, let me show you why it's called the Peacock room, because the wallpaper has peacocks on it. And actually, it took me a while to see them. At first, I could only see the brown spaces, and I thought maybe it was a map, but then the blue part, silvery blue, is the peacock. And Giles and Barbara were telling me that this room was a real headache for them, because first they only papered up to the picture rail and they painted above the same colour as the wood. Didn't work, so they changed the colour to something else. That didn't work, so then they had to get the decorator back in to wallpaper the top half and match it with the peacock below, so it was a real pain for them, but I think the effect is stunning. Beautiful. So that is the house. We are going to have a little rest now. We have the supper club tonight at 7:30. There's a lot of guests coming from the local area and also from the rest of the UK. So I'm excited to do that. I will try and film some of it. I'll definitely take photographs. But I just thought that as I've arrived here... Oh, there's one more bedroom. Isn't this gorgeous? I love that hanging tapestry. And my favourite thing about this room are the tiles in the bathroom. They're so beautiful. I love them. Exquisite. So sorry, yes, as I was saying, what was I saying actually? Yeah, I will try and take some pictures of the supper club this evening, but yes, I thought that as we just arrived here, before the sun goes down, it gets dark here in the UK now at about 4 o'clock, so I thought I'd better quickly give you a tour and show you around. But yes, I'm here for the weekend, so whatever I can film I will do, but I hope that you have enjoyed this little tour. And I will check back in when I'm ready for the supper this evening, and I will say hello properly then. But I hope you've enjoyed the tour. Well, hello. Welcome back to my home in Edinburgh, and although I did say on my little tour of Keythorpe that I would try to share more, the weekend just whizzed by so quickly that I didn't get a chance to share me getting ready or much of the supper club, but I have written a blog, as I mentioned before, on my website nicholasfairford.com, with a lot of the photographs from the weekend that I took, and I hope that you will enjoy reading more and learning more about Keythorpe. But the supper club was absolutely heavenly. It was a 6-course menu created by head chef Ben Varming, and at Keythorpe they use all of their ingredients from the estate or from local growers and farmers, which just makes the experience so beautifully organic and unique, and the food was exquisite. Also, I was sat next to a guy called Bert Blaze, who is not only utterly charming, but he works with Keythorpe to select wine and drinks, so he's a sommelier, and he chose all of the wines for the evening to complement each dish, and he did a marvellous job. Everybody was just enthralled with the wine selection, and it just created this beautiful convivial atmosphere of fun. So thank you to Keythorpe Hall for inviting me, and please do check out my blog for my beautiful photos that I took over the weekend. I'm really happy with the photos that I took, and you can learn more about Keythorpe there. Now, back in Edinburgh, we have 1 week to go before Christmas. I'm really excited, and I thought to get me into the festive spirit, I would bake some mince pies. My boyfriend is coming home. He loves mince pies, so I'm going to make them for him, and then I'm also going to make some more to take home for my parents and my family, because they also love mince pies. In the bowl I have butter, flour and sugar, and I'm just adding a little bit of water. Then I'm going to use my hands to bring everything together until we have a dough. I'm then going to let this chill in the fridge for half an hour. In this bowl I have some fruit mincemeat, and I'm just zesting 1 orange into it, and then I'm going to add white chocolate chips, a really incredible ingredient that makes these mince pies just so delicious. I'm going to mix this all together, and that is the process finished for the filling in our mince pies. I'm now cutting out the circular pieces of pastry to put into my tin. I'll then fill them with the mincemeat, and then I'll cut ridged tops for the tops of the mince pies, and then these can go in the oven for about 12 minutes at 180 degrees. So all that's left to do is to try one. Here we go. The best mince pie I've ever made. So yes, I can hardly believe that we're almost at the finish line, ready for Christmas. It just seems to have come so quickly this year, and in fact the weeks just seem to be whizzing by. I can hardly believe that we're almost ready for a new beginning in 2024. So next week is going to be my last video of the year, and I thought that it would be fun to do a Q&A to end out the year. The last Q&A that I did was at the very beginning of the year in January, so I thought that it'd be great to end the year with another Q&A. So if there is anything you would like to ask me, whether it's about something personal, something to do with my house, interiors, cooking, whatever you want to know, please ask me in the comments here, and I will pick out some questions to answer for the Q&A. I always enjoy doing this. I think it's a great way for us to get to know each other a little bit better. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you've enjoyed this episode and found it fun and useful. I look forward to seeing you next time, but until then, take care, and don't forget to leave me some questions. Bye-bye.